and welcome to another edition of the Spike Ridgley Show. I'm your host, Jeff Higgins. With me is the manager of the Massillon Tiger baseball team, Spike Ridgley. We'd like to thank our season-long sponsors, Ryan Prosser and WHS Realtors. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Since last week's show, the Tigers went 1-2 and are currently sitting with a 5-3 record. Let's talk further about last Friday's game at St. Ignatius. The Tigers lost that game 10-2. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, you know, that the game inside the game that night, for about 5.5 innings, it was really tight. Was really proud of our team. We really competed those first 5 innings, played well, and just, you know, really, if you look at it in the bottom of I think it was the bottom of the 6th, they just really started to hit the ball. So, you know, we got a young team that's gaining experience and learning how to compete in those moments, and that was a growing experience for us that night. Obviously, the last inning is not how we wanted it to go, but we were able to take a lot from that night, and I think it's going to help us to get better going forward.
The next day, your team posted a 10-4 win over Akronella at the Duck. Did you like the way the team bounced back?
Yeah, and you know, really we used some of the momentum of that competitive nature that we had on Friday night. That carried over for us into Saturday. And I was really happy with the energy and the enthusiasm that we had that day. And we battled back too. I think we went down 4 in that game, and the guys hit the ball real well. We played some pretty solid defense. And Zach Seifert, senior pitcher, had his first outing and did a really nice job for us.
Then this past Monday night, the Tigers lost to Glen Oak 3-0. Tell us more about that one.
Again, the energy is still carried over from the previous 2 games. And this game sometimes will humble you in a hurry, but I tell you, there really wasn't a whole bunch different we could have done. Our guys played well. Defensively, we were very good. We had a really nice pitching performance from Jalen Leedy as well as Zach Catrone. We hit some balls right at some guys that day, and it just didn't fall for us. But again, it was another game where our guys got out there, were able to compete against a very good team, and it's going to be a game that makes us better in the end.
So in the 3 games since last week's show, where have you seen the most growth in your team?
I see the team coming together. That's part I've been really excited about, you know, with the staff and talking with the coaches. This really seems like a tight-knit group of kids. We just, like I said in the past, we just don't have the experience yet that we had from last year's group anytime you lose 7 seniors. But this group looks like they're going to have a chemistry about them that's going to help us as we go through those learning moments and those growing moments throughout the season, which I think is going to give us a very good chance to be playing our best baseball when it matters the most in the end. All right.
And in what areas are you most concerned about after the first 8 games?
If I'm being honest with you, we need to get better. We're going to work on it a lot in practice. But we got to get better at hitting the ball a little bit. But again, that comes with reps. We're going to get those. We're going to do everything that we can to put our guys in position to do a better job with that. And it surely isn't for effort, because they're giving great effort. We just need to continue to give them opportunities to get better, and we'll do that at practice. And we're always striving to throw more strikes. Our last several outings have been definitely trending upwards, and we're looking for that to continue.
We'll talk more with Coach, and we'll visit with the Tiger player in a moment. But first, this word from Ryan Prosser and WHS Realtors.
Hi, I'm Ryan Prosser with WHS Realtors, specializing in lifestyles, not just homes. Finding a realtor who understands the ins and outs of a home while also taking the time to listen to your wants and needs is important. With over 20 years experience in home remodeling, I have the knowledge to help you buy or sell a home with confidence.
Choose my daddy to be your realtor.
Thanks to Ryan Prosser and WHS Realtors, and welcome back to the Spike Ridgley Show. The Tiger player joining us this week is senior backup catcher Luke Bowsey. Luke, as a senior, how does it feel to be playing in your final season as a Tiger?
Well, it's really surreal. Just going through tryouts this year, especially looking around, I realized to myself, this is my 4th year doing this, 4th year trying out, and it really set in that this is the last time that I'll ever be playing baseball with these guys and with this coaching staff and at this school. And I always try and give 110% every day, But like this year especially, just every day I try and come in and I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give the best I can for this team because this is the last time I'm going to be with them, and I want to give my best the last time I'm out there.
How old were you when you started playing baseball, and who introduced the game to you?
I was about 5 years old when I started playing baseball. I played T-ball for the Indians just locally, and I don't remember exactly who introduced baseball for me, but baseball has always been in my family. My dad played baseball, my uncle played baseball, and we've always grown up watching the Indians. So,
how would you describe your role in this year's team?
I am the bullpen catcher for our team this year, which means I warm up all of our pitchers before games, during games, and even after games sometimes. During practice, when everyone else is hitting or doing other defensive things, often I'm off to the side with Coach Tadic, our pitching coach, warming guys up and making sure that they are ready to go when they're ready to pitch.
A lot of people say that the catcher's job is a lot like the quarterback on the football team. You have to make sure everyone's in the right spot. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I would. Unlike anyone else on the baseball field except the coaches, I am the only person out there who can see the entirety of the field. So it is very important, especially for a catcher, to direct everyone and make sure everyone knows where they're throwing the ball, who's going where, because I'm the only one who can see everything that's going on at one time.
Before the season, did you set any goals for yourself?
I don't think I set any specific goals for myself, just every day, day in, day out, I just try and tell myself, just do your best today, because that's all you can do, is you can control yourself and what's happening with you right now. And so that's what I'm always trying to do every day.
The team was off to a 5-3 start after Monday night's loss to Glen Oak. How do you feel about your team's season so far?
I'm very optimistic. Like Coach said, we're gaining a lot of experience, and with time, I think by the time the tournament comes around, we should be a pretty good baseball team, and the chemistry is really starting to build. I'm really excited. I really like all the guys, and I'm feeling the bond starting to grow, and I hope that by the time the tournament comes around, we'll be able to get it done.
All right, well, thank you, Luke, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, Coach, Luke described himself as, he described his role on this year's team. Do you agree with him about his role?
Yeah, and listen, obviously I get an opportunity each week to choose who's going to come on here with me, and I wanted to make sure that we got Luke here because, it's a great learning moment too for all the young baseball players out there that are playing in our district right now. Luke is one of the most selfless individuals, most just greatest teammates I think I've ever coached, and he's willing to do whatever it takes at any moment for the team, and sometimes that does mean that he's going to be off to the side catching, for sometimes an hour and a half at a time. But he's out there, he's helping the guys, he's learning, what the guys can throw for strikes, what we might need to work on. And so throughout the game, he's almost like another coach. So he'll communicate with me throughout the game. He'll ask me what the plan is and what the order is for the pitching staff that day. And then a lot of it he does on his own after that. He watches the game, he knows what the guy's pitch count is that's out there currently. He knows when to start getting the next guy ready, and he communicates with me when the guy's ready, and we talk several times throughout the game. And if you heard him a minute ago, he said even sometimes he'll do it after the game. So for instance, last night, Robbie Page is our shortstop, and I don't want Robbie to be sore today for practice, and then that carries over to the game. So we had him throw a bullpen last night after the game so that he could recover today and be ready Wednesday. And Luke's a guy last night that had already taken all his equipment off, and then I had this idea, and with zero hesitation puts it back on and is out there getting it done. So I have no doubts that this young man will be successful in anything that he does, and he's an incredibly important piece to what we're doing.
You don't have many seniors on the team this year, but overall, how important is their leadership for the future of the team?
Really, any leadership is important from all levels. If you can get it from your seniors, that's preferable because they've been around the longest and they have the most wisdom and knowledge of what we're doing, and they have the experience to back it up. I do think that we have a strong senior class this year that's going to be able to do that for us. But if you talk to any of our guys, including Luke, he will tell you we're looking for leadership from all levels.
Your Tigers are home to face Alliance tonight. Tell us more about the Aviators.
Yeah, the Alliance has a very good pitching staff, and we're getting them on their bye week. So they won't have any league games this week. So we're expecting, their number one is an Ohio State recruit. He's left-handed. So we're either going to get him, which I think there's a strong probability there, or we could get their number two, who last week threw a no-hitter against Minerva. So we're going to face some very good quality pitching again, just like Glen Oak. And just like Ignatius last week, and we look forward to that challenge because it will only make us better.
On Friday night, you're set to play McKinley. You've already beaten them once this year. I'm sure they'll have the revenge in their minds.
You know, we don't worry about that too much. The only thing we're worried about is going out and having a chance to beat our rival. So it's a focal point for us. We'll be more concerned about ourselves and being prepared to play that game because as everybody knows here in Massillon, beating McKinley is priority number one.
This coming Saturday, the Tigers come back home to face Green. What do you know about the Bulldogs?
Green's having a good year right now. Last I checked, they were 5-1. They have most of their pitching staff back from last year, and then their top 3 hitters are back as well. We're very familiar with them. We played some close ball games with those guys in the last couple years, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to play them again. Anytime you get a chance to play a Federal League team that's in our district is a great opportunity. And quite frankly, it's a fantastic atmosphere. If you get a chance to come out, that'll be one of those days that the crowd will be loud, and it should be a nice day, and it'll be a good time for some baseball.
Then next Monday, you're home against Canton South. How about a scouting report on the Wildcats?
Yeah, I don't know as much about them. We've been playing those guys a couple times a year. I do follow the box scores in the paper each morning, and they've been doing pretty well. They've beaten some good teams. I know that they were able to beat, I think they beat Louisville, who's having a great year, and their record's pretty solid. So we expect a good challenge. I'm hearing they got some good pitching. Have I seen them myself yet? No, but we might be able to get eyes on them before the weekend's over, get with some scouting reports.
Thanks, Coach. And as we wrap up this edition of the Spike Ridgley Show, we want to thank Ryan Prosser and DeHoff Realtors for sponsoring our program. And thanks to Coach Ridgley and Senior Luke Balze for joining us on this week's show. I'm your host, Jeff Higgins, and as always, go Tigers.
Massillon City Schools is proud to have one of the top career technical education programs in the state of Ohio, recently receiving a #1 ranking of the 93 districts in the area of achievement. Our career technical education department offers 14 pathways preparing students for college and careers. All students have the opportunity to participate and compete in their career technical student organization, as well as obtain valuable experience in the field while earning aligned industry credentials and/or college credit in high school. Visit massillonschools.org for more information.